Hope everyone's doing well. Welcome back to another video. So yesterday I told you guys I'm going to make a small video on data collection and journaling, right? So this is that video. I've decided I'm going to split it up into two smaller videos even, where we can go over journaling and data collection separately. So this one is going to be about journaling, right? So as you guys can see, I've prepared, this small table here, and in this table, we have some details and some more that we're actually going to add, right? But it's quite basic, right? It's some of the things you would expect to see in a trading journal to pair your trading. Of course, for me, it's fairly consistent. It's going to be Euro USD. The bias, was it a long, was it a short? The result, percent-wise, because your percentage in a trade can differ depending on your partials and, other factors. The actual result, R-wise, the percent you risk versus the R you gain can be different. In my case, pretty consistent because 1% is usually 1R. The entry time, the exit time, I've based it off the 5-minute candle, so it's always going to be an even number. Pips 1, the SL, and of course the day that the trade was taken on. So this trade here was actually long as well. I'm just creating the options. So now these are some of the very basic things we can include in the journal, right? And with Notion, this is why I've told everyone to get Notion. We can actually export this into something called a CSV file, which can be opened on Excel. And now on Excel, right, the whole point of journaling, right, is a form of data collection. And I haven't done enough of that. I wish I'd done more throughout 2022. It's a very, very good habit to pick up. And I know a lot of you probably do not do it yet. So now is a great time to start because I know a lot of you are planning to start on demos this year. And then, of course, hopefully planning to go live. Now, at the start of my journey, I was quite stubborn. I didn't journal properly. And then I started journaling very basically to an extent, right? Just getting a notepad, just scribbling and just getting down random bits of information. Then I tried Excel. And even then, I wasn't very consistent. Now, here's the thing with Notion. This is why I like Notion. We have all this basic information, right? It's great. You can add in potentially, let's say a new text. And we'll say this is going to be, actually we can make it into a drop down. This is going to be the month that we took trades in. Now, why is that important? So imagine I put this on Excel. On Excel, it's very easy to filter things. What you can then do is take all the data. Oh, what was my overall R in January? How much did I win? How much did I lose? How many trades did I take? Anything. And we'll get into why that, data matters in a second. But having all these separate, sections, all these important things, they all matter. When you look back at this data, it's going to be important. And, Notion is very good for letting you do this because you can add a lot of variables and it's very easy to get around. Now, cool. So this is all nice, right? All these little headings, important things, cool. What we can also do is then do something like this on Notion. All these details are already recorded. We can then add a picture. So I've got my Euro USD open or my trading view, right? Now, as you guys can see, right, I've got trader. Ignore this trade. This is a different trade. For those of you that don't know, what you can do is go up here to the camera icon. There's a way to do it on the phone as well. You can click this. You can either copy it or save the image. And of course, I just copy them, come over to Notion, paste it. Very simple, right? And on my chart, very evidently, as you guys can see, I don't always have this indicator on. But if I am recording something, of course I'm going to have my indicator on. Makes it so easy to realize where did I take the trade, what went wrong, what went well, whatever. Copy and paste that. Where's my daily bias? Am I taking trades in line with it? You should be. Cool. Now here is some basic reasoning. The reason I've kept it very simple is because, the chart explains itself. You can see clearly a lot of today is put in probable area. We're taking a long. We OTE. We take this whole range. Price comes to a discount. We enter off the first 5-minute fair value gap. So as I said, entry of the 5-minute fair value gap, and then what's our target? The previous daily high, which was this high over here. Now, this trade that I'm showing you guys is forged. It's not real. This is based on last Friday's price action. It's just an example. If, right, we take a loss instead, of course, it will be recorded. But what I think is very important for you guys to, record and write down, why is the stop loss taken, right? So in this example, daily bias, bullish, cool, good. Was it a long? Yes, we were taking a long. Why did we take a long? Because from here, this low to this high, we delivered roughly 66 pips, I think it is, right? So to this high, 66 or 60 pips, right? So what would I expect for New York, being logical? I would expect a retracement and then, of course, a move higher to complete the ADR. Now, that move did actually come, but it came in the London close kill zone because, as you guys can see, London close kill zone, we came down, we took this sell side, then we delivered straight up to this buy side, right, over here. And of course, price went up to there. This was actually recorded in here as well. This was my reasoning. This is actually what played out. The reason we got taken out was due to offset accumulation. As you guys can see, this low over here took out my stop loss. We actually took this sell side and then delivered to buy side via this high over here. So it's very important to note where you went wrong and understand your own logic and reasoning behind this trade. Now, was I wrong in taking this trade? No, I had very logical, sound reasoning behind taking this trade. That is fine. Did my stop loss get hit? Yeah, that's fine. That happens in trading. You're not going to win every trade, right? But understanding why your stop loss is being taken, because now imagine this happens 2 or 3 more times. What have I learned? I'm getting turned into offset accumulation or offset distribution more than once. So what does that mean? When I'm near or in a kill zone, I need to wait for a sweep of liquidity before I trade. I've taught you guys that, right? But in this example, did I wait for it? No. Did I still have logical reasoning behind what I was doing? Yes, that's fine. But if it's, repeating behavior and I'm taking repeating losses, then what can we do with this journal? Very simply, go back over the losses you've taken, look at your charts, and, you can read your own reasoning and see what's going wrong. And I feel like Notion makes it very easy to track because I told you guys, I've tried it on paper, of course. Paper, fine. It's whatever you're writing down at the time. On Excel, cool. Now you've got a bunch of numbers and headings similar to this table, but you don't have a visual representation of the trade. On Notion, you can add this. I'm just copy pasting the chart, but it's very simple. Especially me. Somebody might look at this chart and not understand what happened, but me myself, when I took the trade, I will remember what happened in this trade, right? So therefore, I'm able to write down my reasoning, whether it is a win or loss, regardless. Now, the reason I added, this extra time aspect, in January, the month, the days, whatever, this is very important. This is data you can look back on. So this is what I was talking about. After we collect data, for months, for a year, let's say, right, at the end of 2023, getting into 2024, what can you look back? You can look back, okay, June was my most profitable month. January was my worst trading month. I took the most trades in X, took the most trades in, you build that data on yourself, your own behaviors perhaps. And, there's going to be external factors. Maybe you didn't take a lot of trades in May because you were moving houses or something. I don't know. And that's fine, right? And you can make a mental note of that or even a physical note and put that into your data because it might cause discrepancies. But overall, you want to be very consistent with this data collection, this journaling, right? Because when you look back, the main thing, right, is refinements and improvement as traders. We want to get better. We want to look at what we're doing and we want to improve it. How's that going to happen? You see where you're losing and you try to stop that, especially, like I said before, if there's repeating behavior. This is, a very easy way. If you're tracking everything, it is very easy to then go back, see where you're losing and work on it. Okay, cool. I'm always losing trades in New York kill zone. Okay, that's fine. Maybe I shouldn't be entering in New York kill zone, right? I win 80% of the trades I take in London open kill zone, right? But I'll only win 40% in New York kill zone. What's the logical step to take? Start only trading London, right? And then what can you do with your data? Okay, if I got rid of all my New York trades and I only took my London trades, where do I end up overall? Where's my overall R percentage, whatever, right? There's a lot of ways to look at this data. It's very dynamic, and of course, in the future, I will get into other ways we can turn it into charts and whatnot, how we can play around this with this data. But yeah, that's the main thing. I just want everyone to journal. I think it's very important. It's something I wish I picked up earlier properly. I started doing, with a lot more efficacy and efficiency. But this year I will be, and I will share this template with you guys, so it's easy. You don't have to make one from scratch. But if there is any questions, of course, just let me know and we can go through it.